Okay, the first question was a body, okay, moves from A to B with a speed 20 kilometer per hour and returns back with 30 kilometers per hour. You have to find its average speed. Okay, average speed is the total distance traveled. Let from A to B, the distance is x. So from B to A also the distance will be x. So what is the total distance traveled? 2x. Let the time for going is t1 and the time for returning is t2. So it is equal to 2x. Time is distance upon speed. What distance is it traveling? A to B, x distance with a speed 20 kilometer per hour. So x upon 20 and t2 will be x upon 30. So you can simplify it. Take the LCM. LCM is 60, 20, it goes 3 times, 3x plus 2x, that is 5x. So it is equal to 2x upon 5x into 60. X and x cancels out. Okay, and 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. That is 12, 12 into 2, 24 kilometer per hour is his average speed. So this is how you will find out the average speed. What will be his average velocity in this case? Okay, going from A to B and returning back, immediately returning from back from B to A. So the initial and the final positions are the same. So what is the displacement? Displacement is 0. So the average velocity is 0. Okay, the second question also of the same type. 1/3 of a distance with this much is, okay. So average speed is total distance. Total distance here is equal to 3x upon the total time taken. Total time taken is t1 plus t2 plus t3. Okay, time taking for the first third of a distance. Time taken for covering the first third of a distance is t1. Time is equal to distance upon speed. How much distance is it traveling? X with a speed of 20. And t2 is x by 30 and t3 is x by 40. Okay, you can simplify and get the average speed. Okay, the next one more question was there to show that the magnitude of the displacement is less than the distance traveled or it is equal to the distance traveled. Okay, so the magnitude of the displacement is the shortest distance between the initial and the final position. Okay, now let's find out. Okay, in order to prove it, let's take an example. Okay, let a body is traveling from A to B in a straight line. Let the distance is 60 kilometers. So here the distance is 60 kilometers and the magnitude of displacement. Magnitude of displacement is the shortest distance between the initial and the final position. A is the initial position and B is the final position. So the shortest distance is also 60 kilometers. So here we see that the distance is equal to the magnitude of displacement. Okay, this example shows that the distance is equal to magnitude of displacement. Okay, now also you have to show that the magnitude of displacement is less than the distance traveled. Let 3 kilometers it travels along this direction, 4 kilometers along this direction. So the distance traveled is 7 kilometers, the total path length, 3 here, 4 here. So the distance is 7 kilometers, whereas the magnitude of displacement Magnitude of displacement is the shortest distance between the initial position and the final position. This is the shortest distance, the straight line. As you see that it is a right angle triangle. So the magnitude of displacement is under root 9 plus 16, that is root of 25 is how much? 5 kilometers. So here we see that the magnitude of the displacement is less than the distance traveled. Okay, so the magnitude of displacement, either it can be equal to the distance traveled or it will be less than the distance traveled. Okay, so with the example here we have shown. Okay, now the next topic we have already studied about speed and velocity. Speed is the distance traveled per unit time, whereas the velocity is displacement per unit time. The unit of both the physical quantities is the same, which is meter per second. Okay, and the dimension is also the same, LT raised to the power minus 1. But speed is a scalar quantity and velocity is a vector quantity. Okay, now let's see the differences between speed and velocity. The same like distance and displacement, or we'll study the characteristics of velocity. Let us study the characteristics of velocity. Okay, write the first characteristic. Velocity is a vector quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. Write down velocity is a vector quantity. Lakshya Singh, don't do such things. Put your audio off, Lakshya. Lakshya, put your audio off, mute yourself. Okay, good. Okay, so characteristics of velocity, here we are studying, as we have studied the characteristics of displacement. Okay, along with it, we'll study the differences also between speed and velocity. Write the first one. Velocity is a vector quantity. Okay, whereas speed is a scalar quantity. Velocity is vector, whereas speed is scalar. Write the second one. Velocity can be positive or negative. Can be positive or negative. Whereas the speed is always positive. Velocity can be positive or negative, whereas the speed is always positive. Okay, why? Because the velocity is displacement per unit time, and the displacement can be positive or negative, so the velocity can also be positive or negative. Whereas the speed is distance per unit time, and the distance is always positive, so the speed is also always positive. Write the next characteristic. The average velocity can be 0. Average velocity can be 0. Whereas the average speed is never equal to 0. Average velocity can be equal to 0. Whereas average speed is never equal to 0. Okay, when is the average velocity 0? When the displacement is 0. And when is the displacement 0? When the body returns back to its initial position. Okay, then its average velocity will be 0, whereas the average speed is never equal to 0. Write the next characteristic. Write down average velocity can be equal or less than the average speed. The average velocity can be equal or less than the average speed. When is it equal? When the magnitude of the displacement is equal to the distance traveled. And when is it magnitude of the displacement equals to the displacement? When the body is traveling in a straight line. Okay, then the initial and the final position will be along the same straight line. So the displacement will be equal to the distance traveled, and hence the velocity will be equal to the speed. Okay, but like we have discussed one example where the average velocity is less than, where the displacement, magnitude of the displacement is less than the distance traveled. So the average velocity will be less than the average speed. Okay, so these are some of the characteristics and also the differences here we have studied. Okay, next is acceleration. Let's study about acceleration. Okay, acceleration is defined as the rate of change of velocity. That is the change in velocity per unit time. So the formula for the acceleration is change in velocity upon time taken. Let initially a body is moving with a velocity u, and after some time, that is after t time, it acquires a velocity v. So what is the change in velocity? V minus u. V minus u is the change in velocity, and this velocity is changing in time t. So this rate of change of velocity, that is the change in velocity per unit time, we call it as acceleration. So the formula for the acceleration is v minus u upon t. Okay, so you can write down acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity, and this is the formula v minus u upon t. Okay, next comes its SI unit. From here, v minus u has the unit of velocity, meter per second upon second. So this will be meter per second square. Dimension, meter is for length upon time square. So LT raised to the power minus 2. And if we have to write the dimensional formula, m raised to the power 0, L raised to the power 1, T raised to the power minus 2. Okay, then the nature of the quantity, it is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity, that is, it has got magnitude as well as direction. It has got magnitude and direction both. Okay, and what is the direction? Direction is along the direction of change in velocity. What will be its direction? Along the direction of v minus u, along the direction of change in velocity. Okay, this acceleration also can be positive or negative. Positive acceleration, we call it as acceleration only. Okay, and when will be this acceleration positive? When v minus u is positive. So acceleration can be positive. So positive acceleration is possible when v minus u is positive. V minus u is positive, it means v is greater than u. That is, the velocity is increasing with the time. When the velocity is increasing with the time, we say that the acceleration is positive. Negative acceleration, which is also called as deceleration, or it is called as retardation. Negative acceleration called as retardation. Okay, when will be the acceleration negative? When v minus u is negative. And when is v minus u negative? When v is less than u. V is less than u. That is, the velocity is decreasing with the time. So when the velocity is decreasing, the acceleration will be negative and it will be called as retardation. Okay, and the acceleration will be positive. When the change in velocity is positive, change in velocity, when will it be positive? When the final velocity is greater than the initial velocity, that is, the velocity is increasing with the time. Okay, so this negative acceleration, we call it as retardation. Okay, so write down acceleration may be positive or negative. It will be positive when v is greater than u. The negative acceleration is called as retardation. And it is possible when v minus u is negative, that is v is less than u. Okay, now some types of acceleration here we'll study. The first one, uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration means constant acceleration. A body moving with a constant acceleration is said to be in uniform acceleration. So uniform acceleration, constant acceleration. Okay, when will be the acceleration constant? We know that acceleration is given by v minus u upon t. Okay, if the numerator is changing equally with the change in time, that is, if the change in velocity is equal in equal intervals of time. So in equal intervals of time, if v minus u is changing equally, v minus u changes equally in equal intervals of time, then the acceleration will be constant, and such an acceleration we call it as uniform acceleration. So write down, when the change in velocity is equal in equal intervals of time, then the acceleration is constant. Okay, and is called as uniform acceleration. And such a motion is called as uniformly accelerated motion. Such a motion is called as uniformly accelerated motion. Uniformly accelerated motion. Okay, this motion we call it as uniformly accelerated motion. Okay, now pay attention. This uniformly accelerated motion is totally different from uniform motion. Uniform motion, moving with a constant speed or constant velocity. What will be the acceleration over there if the body is moving with constant velocity? In uniform motion, the body is moving with a constant velocity. What is the acceleration over there? For uniform motion, the acceleration is 0. The initial velocity, final velocity, both are same. So for uniform motion, the acceleration is 0. This motion is uniformly accelerated motion. The body is moving with some acceleration, but that acceleration is constant. That is the v minus u. This is changing equally in equal intervals of time. So this uniformly accelerated motion is non-uniform motion. It is not the uniform motion. It is non-uniform. This motion is non-uniform motion. Why? Because the body possesses some acceleration. Okay, but that acceleration is constant. Okay, so this is non-uniform motion. Okay, if the acceleration is not constant, then also it is non-uniform motion. But uniformly accelerated motion is non-uniform motion. Uniform motion is the one in which The body is moving with a constant velocity. V and U both are same. So there the acceleration will be 0. But here V minus U is changing equally in equal intervals of time. That is, the velocity is changing. But how is it changing? Equally in equal intervals of time. So such a motion we call it as uniformly accelerated motion. And the acceleration is called as uniform acceleration. Next is non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform or variable acceleration. Okay, when will be the acceleration non-uniform? Non-uniform means it is not constant. Okay, suppose the body is having an acceleration of 2 meter per second square right now, and then it changes to 3 meter per second square, 40 meter per second square, then 0.5 meter per second square. So the acceleration is non-uniform. Such an acceleration we call it as non-uniform acceleration. And when will be the acceleration non-uniform? When this change in velocity is unequally changing in equal intervals of time. The change in velocity is unequal in equal intervals of time. The acceleration will be non-uniform, and such a motion is called as non-uniformly accelerated motion. So write down for non-uniform acceleration. Write down if the change in velocity is unequal, if the change in velocity is unequal in equal intervals of time, then the acceleration is not constant. Acceleration is not constant. Called as non-uniform acceleration. Called as non-uniform acceleration. And such a motion is called as non-uniformly accelerated motion. And such a motion is called as non-uniformly accelerated motion. Okay, this non-uniformly accelerated motion is also non-uniform motion only. Okay, if the body is moving with a constant acceleration or variable acceleration, the motion is not uniform. Okay, then the third is instantaneous acceleration. Okay, write down the acceleration at a particular moment of time. The acceleration at a particular moment of time is called as instantaneous acceleration. Okay, we know that acceleration is the change in velocity per unit time. But if the time interval is very, very short, that is in the limit delta t is tending to 0, this can be written as dv upon dt. So the acceleration is the differentiation of the velocity with respect to time. V can be written as dx upon dt, rate of change of displacement. So d upon dt of dx by dt. Okay, here we have written it as dx by dt. So this can be written as d2x upon dt square. Okay, it is said as d not square, d2x upon dt square is the acceleration. Either you can write down as dv by dt, or it can be written as d2x upon dt square. Okay, d2 means it is d square only. d2x upon dt square. See, d into d square into x upon dt square. So acceleration, instantaneous acceleration is the first order differentiation of velocity with respect to time, or the second order differentiation of displacement with respect to time. That is, if the velocity and time equation is given, once you have to differentiate to get the acceleration. But if the displacement and time equation is given, twice you have to differentiate to get the acceleration. So we call it as second order differentiation of displacement with respect to time. This is first order differentiation of velocity with respect to time. So A is given by dv by dt or d2x upon dt square. Okay, only this much. Okay, so here we have studied about some of the few physical quantities: speed, velocity, acceleration, okay, distance, displacement, all this we have studied. Next, we'll study about the graphical representation of motion. How graphically we can represent the motion, we'll study about that. Okay, so in the graphical representation, we'll discuss three types of graphs. The first one is displacement time graph, or the xt, position time graph. Here we'll discuss, okay, the change in the position with the time. Position time graph, which is also called as xt graph. Okay, a graph plotted between position and time. Next, we'll discuss about velocity time graph. Okay, or it may be the speed time graph. Depending, if x is the distance, then we'll get the speed. Okay, if x is the displacement, then we'll get the velocity time graph. Okay, then acceleration time graph. So these three types of graphs here we are going to discuss for various types of motions. What are the various types of motions we have studied? Uniform motion. Uniform motion is the motion in which the body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. Okay, non-uniform motion, in which the body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. Okay, and the example of non-uniform motion is uniformly accelerated motion. Uniformly accelerated motion, non-uniformly accelerated motion, all these are non-uniform motions. So we'll see the shape of these graphs, xt, vt, and acceleration time graph. Okay, for various types of motions. Okay, the only 1 minute is left, so we'll start it tomorrow. Today you can ask your doubts. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay.